How's it going, everybody? It's Charlie and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. It's time for your match review from the semi-final playoff first leg between Norwich City and Leeds United. Game finishing 0-0 at Carrow Road, so still all to play for at Elland Road on Thursday evening. An interesting game. Just before we get into it, please make sure that you are, of course, smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well and hit that notification bell. And, of course, get all your thoughts and opinions on today's game into the comment section down below. So let's just speak about the lineup first of all, which I thought was very interesting. Obviously, Daniel Farke opting to go with what seemed like a 4-3-3. Obviously, having dropped Yoel Perot and put Archie Gray into the team, it looked like it was going to be, Gruev, Kamara and Gray in the midfield, with Rutter in the number 9 and Nonto and Somerville on either side of him. And obviously, Sam Byram, Rodon, Ampadu and Firpo maintained their place in the back four. A bit surprised that we didn't see Connor Roberts come on at all. He can't be as fit as what Daniel Farke made out in the press conference on Friday, because I thought Connor Roberts was a lot more fit than what he obviously is. Dan James came back into the team on the bench. Obviously, as we all knew, Patrick Bamford was out with that knee injury. And I'll be honest, guys, first half, I thought first sort of 5-10 minutes, Norwich were trying to push the pace a little bit. They were putting it on us and they were putting us under a little bit of pressure. I did feel that throughout the entirety of the game, never mind just the first half, but the moments that Norwich had in the game weren't, and this isn't me being bitter or slagging them off or anything, I just didn't feel like Norwich were great unless we made a mistake. I thought a lot of the moments they had in the first half were as a result of our individual errors. I mean, Elland Meslier, I tweeted it out at one point, but the guy is truly awful. I'm just at that point now. I mean, kicking the ball straight out of play, unpressurized, no pressure on him whatsoever, and he's booting the ball out past Rodon into touch. He did it on a number of occasions during the game. There was an instance in the first half where he gives the ball to Ilya Gruev when he's got 3 Norwich City players on him, almost cost us something there. Other than that, it was okay, but his distribution and his all-round play is just not great at the minute from Elland Meslier at all. But, I thought for the most part, we did manage to keep Norwich City at bay in that first half. They had the one opportunity from Josh Sargent where he jumps up for the header, and obviously it does go wide. But other than that, I don't really remember them doing much in the first half. They had a lot of the ball, but I feel like the game plan was definitely clear from Daniel Farke to allow Norwich City to have the ball and just counter-attack them when we get the opportunities. But the frustrating thing in the first half for me was that when we were getting the opportunities, we weren't taking them. Obviously, there's the penalty shout from Willie Nonto. Touch and go on whether it's a free kick or a penalty, but either way, it is a foul. And I don't know how the referee has not seen it. He's stood right there, which is frustrating, of course. I feel like Nonto in the first half was probably the better of the attacking players once again. I thought he was the one trying to create the counter-attacks, was keeping hold of the ball well and was putting Norwich City under a little bit of pressure. Thought Rutter just wasn't the same again today throughout the entirety of the game. He grew into it a little bit second half. Somerville, I thought, was really quiet in the first half. He did grow into it in the second. But what one player that massively frustrated me, and if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know, Sam Byram. Now, again, he makes a very, very good tackle in that second half to prevent a Norwich City chance. But other than that, I mean, what did he offer in the game? I mean, every time he got the ball, he was passing it backwards. The guy must get nosebleeds if he crosses the halfway line. Now, obviously, I've got my uncle and my dad here watching it. They're just downstairs at the minute. And my uncle was saying, yeah, but he's there to defend. And I'm like, yeah, but I know Firpo's not the best defender, but he's a fullback and he's getting forward and at least trying to influence the play. Sam Byram isn't. every time he gets the ball, I think I counted, he played 2 balls forward that I can remember in the game. A lot of them were just back to road on or sideways. It was the safe option all the time. And in playoff football, you have to take risks. But I think as the game went on, it was more than clear to see that Leeds came to Norwich hoping to at least just not concede and take something back to Elland Road, where I feel like we will be more confident of a win. And look, I will happily take that result today. I will. There were elements of it that frustrated me. The fact that we were just trying to walk it in again down that left hand side. Firpo, Kamara, Somerville, especially second half at one point, it was happening a lot. Firpo, Kamara, Somerville, Firpo, Kamara. It was just, it was a bit predictable at times. I felt Jaden Anthony did well when he came on. He was looking to create things. Joel Perot, again, didn't really offer anything when he came on. And I think someone on the Sky Sports commentary said it, and I actually agreed with it, to be fair. The fact that we put Dan James on in the 85th minute showed even more that as the game got to those latter stages, that Farker was happy to take a draw back to Elland Road. And, hopefully we can get the job done on Thursday night. But look, overall, guys, I didn't feel like Norwich City caused us a lot of problems. I just felt like when they had their moments and when they had their half chances, they all came as a result of individual errors from Leeds United, whether it was us giving the ball away, whether it was poor decision making, not being strong enough on the ball. Illan Mellier's shocking distribution and shocking performance for me from Illan Mellier. I thought Mellier and Byron were probably the worst players for Leeds United. Glenn Kamara was a bit up and down. Gruev I thought was decent. I didn't really notice that Rodon and Ampadu were playing, which I guess is a good thing that they weren't really called into action that much. Firpo, I thought had a bit of an improved game. I thought defensively he was a lot more. I don't want to say solid because it makes it sound better than what it was, but it was a lot better, I'll say. And as I say, Somerville grew into the game more in the second half, but we need to be seeing more from him. I get that they'll be doubling up on him because he's arguably our best player, a championship player of the season for a reason. But we need to figure out a way to get him more involved in the game, whether it's putting him in that number 10 or figuring out a way to influence the game out wide. Archie Gray looked like he was playing in that 10 role. Again, was okay. I don't think was massively influential at all. And Nonto, I thought, had another decent game, but he needs to stop getting silly yellow cards, obviously, for applauding the ref for not giving something in his favour. But look, guys, I think as a first leg goes, I think given the recent performances that we've had, I felt like it was improved. We managed to control the game for the vast part of that second half. First half, I thought was very 50-50 and a little bit back and forth. Second half, I thought, yeah, they had their brief little moments, but again, it was our errors that led to those. But I felt for the majority of the second half, we managed to control it a lot better, especially in the latter stages when it was crystal clear that we were playing for the draw. We managed to see the game out. We didn't do anything too silly. And it is all to play for now at Elland Road. It is a one-game shootout at Elland Road on Thursday night, obviously with the tie at 0-0. All to play for. I think tactically we will change for the game at Elland Road. I think you'll see Leeds United open up a lot more, take more risks, because that game is literally do or die for the season now, I was quite surprised at how Norwich City approached this game. I felt first 5-10 minutes, they were a bit gung-ho and went for it a bit, but then they kind of just sat back and didn't really affect us too much. We managed to keep their influential players quiet, the likes of Johnny Rowe came off on the hour mark, Sarah, Josh Sargent, who I didn't think really did much in the game either, apart from that header that he put wide. So in that respect, I am happy that we've managed to control a game a lot better. But the thing that worries me going into Thursday is that obviously at Elland Road recently, when the pressure's been high, when the intensity's been higher, we have seemed to maybe play within ourselves a little bit at home recently. But We just need to go out, a full packed out Elland Road, all the fans behind them under the lights on Thursday. I'm confident that we can get the job done. Having watched that now, I'm more confident of us getting the job done than I was after Southampton last week. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Norwich can't win the game, because I'm sure they can. Maybe the pressure will be off them slightly playing away from home. Maybe the more pressure will be on us on Thursday night with it being at Elland Road 100%. But I do feel that Daniel Farke will have to change tactically and will change tactically for the home leg, because we have to go for it now. We simply have to go for it. Like I say, guys, 1-game shootout on Thursday now, but a lot happier with what I've seen today. It's still there to be won, and I do think Leeds United can get the job done on Thursday night 100%. If I had to give a player of the match for Leeds United today, someone that impressed me, if I had to give it to someone, I'd probably give it to Nonto, because I just felt like out of the forward players that we had today, he was the one that was using his initiative a lot more and trying to get the ball forward to create chances. But like I say, I think we'll see a lot more attacks, a lot more chances from Leeds United at home, as we will simply have to go for it. But we'll leave it there for this match review of the playoff semi-final first leg down at Carrow Road, 0-0. Going into the second leg on Thursday under the lights at the Hello Turf, that is Elland Road. Leeds United poised, to get the job done. I think we will get the job done, but obviously there is a lot of football still to be played in this tie. So if you've enjoyed this video, guys, please make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help the channel out. It helps get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well, and hit that notification bell. And of course, get all your thoughts and opinions on today's game in the comment section down below. And I will be back tomorrow evening live with a live edition of The Last Say, where I'll be getting all your guys' thoughts and opinions on today's game live. So make sure that you tune into that. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys, and I will see you in a bit. Cheers.